All right, so you need license and title services. Step right up here, folks, at the AAA East Central office, Adams Street, Rochester. I'm always looking for more work, Mr. Dale.
And the notary services. These guys are great with that part, too.
You know, and I was talking about this earlier today. For the longest time, even hosting this radio show, I thought I knew everything they did, but every time we talk now and I stop at a place like this or go online, they do so much stuff that can save you so much time. And let's face it, that's one thing that we all could use a little.
No, I
time.
agree. Time and money. I was talking earlier. I saved $40 a month on my Sprint bill with regard to the AAA membership. It's fantastic.
And listen, we're going to do something now that I think is very smart to do. You know, we like St. Patrick's Day. I love St. Patrick's Day. But one of the things we want you to do is get a designated driver or get Uber, county taxi. Here you've got Zip Trip cab service in Pittsburgh. He is a lawyer, and he has represented people who have got arrested for DUIs, and it's something you do not want to do. And more importantly, God forbid you would get into an accident. So please tell them, do not, even if it isn't St. Patrick's Day, anytime you're out and there are adult beverages, don't drink and drive.
It is, Rob. It's essential. The laws and the penalties as a result of drunk driving now are so severe, and it's more so not just the fees that you're going to pay to a lawyer, which are, in my case, reasonable, but what you have to pay in fines and loss of your license, which you cannot get even an occupational limited license if you're convicted of a crime that has to involve driving and alcohol. So it's very important, folks. Please don't get yourself into that situation, not just for the health purposes of not killing someone else or yourself, but more importantly, or as importantly, is the economic penalties that come with it. Just stay away from that stuff. Jump in an Uber. It's cheap now.
Absolutely. Okay, now, Rory McIlroy. These are our top 5 golfers from Ireland. As we're saluting Ireland, that's what they did here today with Anthony Agostinelli. You heard of him earlier. He was on the AT&T travel line. He was headed back to Scranton. Wonderful place to come, AAA Central, to book that trip to Ireland. And some of the great courses over there, you've got Portrush being one and Royal County Down being another. But the thing that I noticed, there's all sorts of water around all of these courses. Usually the entire border is an ocean.
And you always have the wind and things like that coming off at you. I've never had an opportunity. I would love to have an opportunity to play there, but with the conditions, it would be fun. I would almost be disappointed if I were there and the sun were shining when you're playing. You want to have a little bit of spitting wind coming off the moors or gores or whatever those things are called over there that are flying at you.
Now listen, I talked about Rory McIlroy. If he were to happen to win the Masters next month, he will have completed the career Grand Slam at 25 years of age.
Pretty impressive, isn't it?
What makes him so good?
You know, you got a lot of God-given talent there. You got a guy who's really dedicated. If you look at the way that he's built and put together, he's very well muscularly defined, but yet he's not bulky. So that he's still got supple. His backswing, he can get the club back past parallel in the backswing, so that he can get everything going in the right direction. And he's got such great balance. His legs are so strong from all the soccer that he used to play. You see the thigh muscles that he has that keep him so balanced when he comes through with his swing. That combined with the suppleness of his swing, I think that's really important to what he does.
I'm a big fan of the European game, and I've always said it was such a good blend, and I always would get excited if a European player would come over here, as I watched Greg Norman for many years, Montgomery many years. I just think it's better for the game when it's a world stage, and it's nice to see a Rory McIlroy win a majors here in this country, as it is like Arnie did many times winning the Open Championship over there.
Yeah, I love those guys, and I always wondered why everybody was so anti-Colin Montgomery.
I love Colin Montgomery.
Yeah, and he's really spun that now that he's one of America's favorites when you talk about the senior tour and the golf coverage that he does. But and he was a competitor. And he was one of those guys, if it were a team sport, if he was on your team, you'd absolutely love him. So, those guys that come over and get involved in, and I missed Rory. We were talking a few times on the show, where's Rory been? Well, he was playing in Europe during the early part of the season.
That's the Coons Market Black and Gold Sunday show. He, Bob Dvorak, Ted Arnaud, and I every single Sunday at 11 a.m. And Bruce Tanner starts talking Pirate baseball on March 26th at 11:30. He happens to be a professional scout with Detroit. Okay, up next on my top 5 Irish golfers, saluting Anthony Agostinelli, AAA Central and CIE Tours. It is Padraig Harrington, the first Irishman to win multiple majors, capturing the Open Championship in 2007 and in 2008 and the PGA Championship in 2008. He has 30 career wins, and folks, he has at one time been as high as number 3 in the world.
Yeah, and he's still young enough to be able to compete, and he's one of those guys that in the majors he's always around.
Yeah.
You know, that's when you see his name come back up. He plays so much on the European tour. We as Americans don't get to see him as much as we would. Interesting little tidbit: if you remember, there was a high draft pick from Oregon named Joey Harrington, who is a distant cousin of Padre Harrington.
Really?
Yeah.
By the way, this is the Ben Hogan shirt, I might add.
There it is.
I love Ben Hogan. And listen, when Ben Hogan went to Ireland to play golf, which I know he did, that was a big deal.
That was like royalty going over there.
All right, Christy O'Connor Sr., none of his 44 career titles include a major championship, but he did finish in the top 10 in the Open Championship 10 times during his career. Number 4, Darren Clarke, the Northern Irishman, has 22 wins around the world, including the 2011 Open Championship at Royal St. George. And number 5, a very recognizable name, Graham McDowell. He, of course, 2010 U.S. Open title winner at Pebble Beach. 2 years later, he finished second at the Olympic and has 13 career wins as a professional and has played in 4 Ryder Cups, playing on the winning team 3 times. McDowell has reached as high as number 3 in the world, my top 5.
Yeah, and in that list that you included, Darren Clarke, who's a really good golfer, but he's also a good leader and was the captain of the Ryder Cup team in 14, maybe? Something like that.
Here's the amazing thing. As tough as it is to see the greats win week after week, year after year, and you see, like a Dustin Johnson or someone every once in a while get multiple wins. We've seen what Jordan Spieth has done. But this is what makes it even more incredible what Tiger did. Tiger went over there and played links golf just like he did the Blue Monster meeting at Doral. Torrey Pines, same way. That's why I think Tiger Woods stands out in my opinion. With all due respect, neck and neck until he gets 4 more majors, it's Jack, okay? But you cannot argue in our lifetime the greatest golfer that we have seen as we have grown into mature men. Wouldn't you agree?
Well, yeah, Tiger had the perfect shot for those courses, too. He used to call it a stinger. It was that little 2-iron that he would hit, played it back in his stance, and hit that sucker. It looked like it was 10 feet off the ground, but it went 300 yards. So it didn't have the wind have a chance to affect it. But he used to hit those stingers, and that was really his thing that he really was able to take advantage of when he played over there.
Listen, why I did golf, because of obviously today we were talking about Ireland. But you can go into any AAA Central office. I'd like you to come here in Rochester to meet the wonderful folks. You can book any golf vacation from Myrtle Beach to St. Andrews. They can make it happen for you. So swing away and enjoy your stay next time at AAA. And don't forget, every Saturday at 11, AAA East Central. This week, Marita Williams, Trip and Cruise of the Week, and 1-800-354-8761. Am I done?
You've had a great day, sir.
Yes, I have.
Let's go see who else signed while we've been doing this.
Okay, and no more. The only thing that I'll be doing at those golf courses, here's your 9-iron, Greg. I'd love to be a caddy there. Have a great night, and thank you to everybody at AAA Central for making it such a wonderful day. Don't forget, Anthony Agustinelli, CIE Tours. Get that trip to Ireland booked today.